Guys, Beyond the Bar just keeps getting crazier. Episodes 3 and 4 don't just deal with legal cases, but also touch on things that turn our hearts upside down. From psychological cases that give you chills, to strategic battles full of intrigue, there are even sweet moments that make the audience's cheeks feel warm. Let's break it all down. So, the episode opens with an incident on the highway. There's a truck driver named Seok-hun, while driving, almost runs over a little boy, Minguk. Luckily, the boy wasn't hit, just fell down a little. Strangely, after that incident, Minguk suddenly couldn't walk at all. At first, everyone thought, oh, this must be a serious injury. But after being taken to the hospital, the results were puzzling. No wounds, no broken bones, his nerves were normal. The doctor even said that medically, Minguk was perfectly fine.
그게 이상하네요. 타박상도 없고 충돌한 적이 전혀 없는데.
This is where a term not everyone may know comes in. The nocebo effect. If placebo makes people recover because of positive suggestion, nocebo is the opposite. People can get sick because of negative suggestion or extreme fear. So most likely, Minguk was paralyzed due to trauma and fear, not physical damage. This case eventually ends up with our team, Hyo-min and Sukhan. At first, they focused on the legal facts. Was Seok-hun guilty, and could this fall under the category of a traffic accident? But after talking to Minguk's mother, they felt something was off. The mother was overly protective, almost like she didn't want her son to even try standing or walking. She kept saying her son was in pain, even though Minguk sometimes seemed fine when no one was watching. This raised a big suspicion. Hyo-min even mentioned the possibility that the mother had a psychological condition called Munchausen by proxy, where a parent deliberately causes or exaggerates their child's illness to get attention or sympathy from others. If true, this was very dangerous because it could ruin the child's life. In the middle of the investigation, there was a tense moment between Hyo-min and Sukhan. Sukhan made a sharp comment. Not all women want to be mothers, and not all women should be mothers.
세상에는 엄마가 되고 싶어 하지 않는 사람도, 돼서는 안 되는 사람도 있어요.
This line hit hard, especially since Hyo-min has a dark personal history with her own mother. Her expression immediately changed upon hearing it, but she tried to stay professional. From here, the audience starts to understand that both characters have their own past wounds, and the cases they handle sometimes reopen those wounds. Episode 3 doesn't give a solution right away. The case is still ongoing, but the vibe is already heavy. Moving on to episode 4. This episode jumps straight into a new case that's quite heavy and sensitive. The story is about a wealthy CEO accused of abusing his own daughter. The one who reported it was the CEO's housekeeper. From the start, Seok-hun seemed reluctant to take the case. He said that without strong evidence, it would just be one person's word against another's. And if they made a wrong move, the child could end up in trouble. The turning point came when Seok-hun found suspicious financial evidence. Records of illegal transactions pointing to massive corruption. From there, he began to see an opportunity. Seok-hun thought, okay, if I can't touch him through the child abuse case because the evidence is weak, I can bring him down through the corruption case. So this wasn't just about protecting the victim, but also about destroying the CEO in a way he couldn't avoid. This is where we see Seok-hun's anti-hero side. He doesn't just play by the straight legal path. He uses tricks and even risks physical harm to bring the CEO down. The opening scene of this episode, where his hand is bleeding, it turns out that was part of his carefully planned strategy. Almost like he deliberately created a situation that could be used as evidence or leverage. After all the chaos died down, the relationship between Seok-hun and Hyo-min started to look closer. Hyo-min's sympathy began to grow after the incident when Seok-hun's hand was injured and bleeding from fighting with the CEO. At that moment, she carefully held Seok-hun's hand and wiped the blood away with her own handkerchief. The next day, when she was in the office and face-to-face with Seok-hun, her cheeks unconsciously blushed as she remembered that moment. Panicking at her own feelings, she quickly ran out, without fully realizing why her cheeks had turned red. Right before the episode ended, viewers were hit with a surprise, a meeting between a friend and the ex-wife. Honestly, in this part one truly felt broken and sorry for Seok-hun, not just because the dog he loved was sick, or because he had to face his ex-wife who is now married to his childhood friend. but also because that ex-wife is pregnant. This reality felt even more painful because back in episode 3, Sukhan had found a pregnancy test in the trash in his yard, showing a positive result. When he tried asking his wife at the time, she calmly said she wasn't pregnant.
아니야?
아니지.
And when Seok-hun began to press further, she immediately cut him off, saying that they had agreed to live happily without children.
우리 합의하고 결혼한 거잖아. 아이 없이 우리 둘이 그냥 행복하게 살자고.
These 2 episodes show that Beyond the Bar isn't just a legal drama. There are moral dilemmas, inner conflicts, and relationships between characters that make us even more curious. If our intentions are good, is it acceptable to play dirty to achieve the outcome? And about Hyo-min and Sukhan, will they grow closer or drift apart? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss updates for the next episode.